This Blue Kuzan leader has been seeing a lot of success, but are the base cards good enough or does it really need different upgrades? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Mabi here, and today I'm going to be giving you my personal deck profile for this Blue Kuzan leader that came out in OP12. This will be for OP13 and below if you want to play this leader in that set, but don't worry, this still contains just OP12 cards. Alright, so the game plan for this deck is all about using your early game for searching, a little bit of blocking, then mid game, a lot of value cards to destroy your opponents and or get more cards for yourself. Then the late game, you are sifting and perfecting your hand throughout the whole game, then you can play the exact cards that you want. So let's talk about every single card in this video breakdown. However, if you just want the deck profile, pause the video, head on over to the website MabiTCG.com. There you get this deck and every other deck that we cover in image and text format. Alright, so let's talk about every single card, starting with the first one. Link down in the comments below for why we are using proxies today, and of course we're using alternate arts, but don't worry, just get the base ones if you want to play yourself. They just look really cool. Alright, so Kuzan, OP12 5000 special 5 life leader, Navy. Navy is super important in this deck. However, it's not running 100% Navy. You're running like 80% in this deck. When you trash cards from your hand due to your Navy card effects, you may draw an equal number of cards that was trashed by that effect. So you're going to be seeing a lot of cards in here that are specifically going to be used by Kuzan, at least right now, because it has a lot of stuff like the requirement is trash a card, the extra effect is trash one card, and in other decks, even if it's Navy, it might not work if the leader doesn't get a card back, just like Kuzan. So yeah, this is really good for sifting. Like I said, you have a decent amount of late game bricks, but you have tons of ways to fix up your hand that it doesn't really matter that much, nor do you need specific cards that, you know, pitch stuff for no benefits. It's really good. Okay, the first card here is TCG from OP06, 1/2/1 on play. Look at the top 5, grab any Navy other than TCG, grab it, then put it to your hand. Really great card. There's a lot of amazing Navy cards in here. So TCG, you can grab these awesome upcoming second turns if you don't have a turn 2 Sengoku for more searching, which is good. Otherwise, you want to grab 2Ks if you don't have your late games. You want these Kuzans into these Sakazukis, into these Borsalinos, into these Garps. But if you don't have any of that as well, you can grab some Gravity Blade Raging Tigers. Amazingly good amount of targets for this TCG to grab. And later on, if you don't have a turn 2, you can still add 3 Dawn to it if you're going first and then it start attacking that way. Otherwise, TCG will be on the board because you do have your 6-cost Jozus to bounce back a searcher just like this. Alright, time for Ice Block Pheasant Peak from OP12. This one costs 1. This one's a counter card. Up to one of your leader or characters gets 4,000, which is great for 1. Then you trash 1 card from your hand. Now, trashing 1 card is bad. However, with your leader, you activate this during your turn. You get to trash 1 card, and then you get to sift 1 out. You might end up using this a lot more earlier than intended if you really need to fix up your hand even more. Great card. The trigger here is trash 1 card from your hand to draw 1 card. So the trigger is even better. So you get to trash 1 card, and because this is a Navy, you're going to get that card back. Also, the effect here is you get to draw a card if you did that. So you get rid of 1 card, and you get 2 cards back, 1 from your leader, and then 1 from that. So really amazing trigger card. Because your leader is 5 as well, you have much more chances to get triggers off. In this deck, there are 7 trigger cards. These 4, and then 3 others upcoming. Great card, especially going late game. 4,000, your opponent has to deal with that. So annoying. It's also good too because it works with one of your characters. Next is Maynard from OP05 2/2/1. This one just has an 8 blocker. I really like running this card, especially early game when you don't have a lot of ways to, you know, really go at and rush your opponent. It's nice to just set up some cards, especially because you have your mid-game cards, which you do want to protect from attacks. You have a lot of counters, but it's nice to have these extra things to save your counters in your hand. There's also Navy, so you can search for it for the Sengoku upcoming or the TCG. So running 3 of these, I think chump blockers are just really important. Sengoku, OP12, the same set this one came out. 3/3/1 on play, trash 1 card from your hand. You remember, as soon as you trash it and finish the effect, you get to get 1 card back, which is so good. Look at the top 5 cards from your deck. Grab 2 Navy types, lots lots of them are 2Ks in this deck, so good. Other than Sengoku. So if you want, you can even grab this TCG. So if you end up going second, you don't have a turn 2 with 4 Dawn, Sengoku, grab another really good Navy card for a future turn. Then if TCG is in that pile, grab it, and then you can play TCG right away, which is kind of cool. Then the rest go to the bottom. So you play 3, has a potential for 2 more Dawn for a 5,000 power. Then you get 3 cards. You get 1 back that you trash, and you grab 2 from there. So yeah, this is a huge swing of power. Just like the TCG that you grab, you can attack with him the following turn if you don't have any on curves, or you can wait and then bounce him back with the upcoming Jozu that you've got. So running 4 of these. This one really makes the card a lot more consistent. Now time for a really nice 2K of the deck, OP12 332 Hina Navy card. Activate this during your main. You may rest this character and trash a card from your hand. Remember, if you trash a card with this leader, you get it right back. Up to one of your opponents with a 4 or less cannot activate blocker. Really good for going late game, especially if you're going 4 game and your opponent has a 4 cost or blocker. Obviously, you want to use this. It's good. So, nice 3 of these. Okay, one of the really cool tech cards of the deck that I'm seeing work a lot is Cavendish from OP10. Now, if you want even more blockers, I've been messing around with PRB02's Marco, which is a 4 cost as well, which is great, but I'm deciding to run Cavendish a little bit more, and we'll talk about it right now. So this is Dressrosa / Beautiful Pirates, not searchable in the deck by anything. However, you do a lot of extra drawing when you sift your Navy cards, so you might just end up getting it yourself. 4, 6, and a brick. When attacking, once per turn, draw 2 and trash 1. This is a really good effect for the deck, but remember, this is not a Navy card. So when you trash the extra card, you are not going to redraw a card off of this. However, if you can attack at least once or twice with this card, you're still going to get 1 and then get rid of more trash and more bricks from your hand. The reason why it works really well in this deck is because, once again, you are sifting for a lot of really good stuff. You're gonna have a ton of 2Ks to save this Cavendish, and if you really want it, I think it's completely worth it to have 1 or 2 turns when you ice block Pheasant Peak and save this card. You know, your opponent puts a lot of stuff on it, they attack it with like an 8,000 or something, Pheasant Peak it up, you get to sift more stuff, you get even more draws with this. It's just super good, and it's just one of the best cards late game after the mid game to, you know, pitch and get rid of it. So it's a really great card to play on curve, so good. Now, the other card to play on curve is going to be Charlotte Pudding from OP06. We're running with just 1 of these in here. From 4/4/1, on play, your opponent returns all cards in their hand back to their deck and shuffles it, then they draw 5. I really like using this on, of course, the best sort of turn to actually play this is going to be if you're going second and you pretty much have 4 Dawn and you attack your opponent and then they end up with 7 or 8 cards. That's really good. Otherwise, if you play like a really another deck like this that likes to hoard cards, play late game when they have like 8 or 9 cards. Super crazy good. It really destroys their momentum and tempo. And once again, we're only running 1 of these because you have a lot of sifting power, so you're gonna find that if you really need to. Okay, super good. Okay, next is Zephyr. This is OP12. It's another 2K in the deck. 5/5/2. On play, you trash 2 cards. With your leader, you draw 2 back. Activate this during your main. You can also trash this character. Then you can bounce back 1 character 5 or less into its hand. Actually really applicable, especially if you have a crazy bricked hand. You can play this on, you know, turn 5 on Dawn 5 and then really remove some cards. And then, you know, trash this character, which doesn't do anything. But then, you know, I mean, off the board, you know. And then you can go ahead and bounce 1 back. You could also leave one on the field to just have a little tiny 5,000 attacker though. So this one's a little versatile. Next is going to be Tsuru, the last of the 2Ks. We're running a lot of 2Ks because there's a lot of times in the late game where I find myself having 6 to 8 2Ks in my hand because there's just so much sifting. All right, from OP06, 5/4/2. On play, trash 2 from your hand. Now, this is 6 sets later, and this one has not really been used. But now that you have Kuzan, the trashing 2, you just get 2 back once again. Really powerful. Then your opponent returns 1 of their characters to their hand. That is a crazy good effect. Now, keep in mind, though, your opponent gets to choose whatever they bounce back. So if they have a 10 cost character on the board, but they also have a little chump blocker or a searcher, they can just bounce that tiny 1 back. So use it when, you know, the best case scenario, they only have the 1 gigantic character on the board. So that's pretty much what you want. It's good though. This is a really great card. Otherwise, it's just 2K, searchable, etc. But yeah, that's amazing. So we're running 4 of these. So we're running around 11 2Ks in the deck. All right, Kuzan, OP12 680. You can have, if you have 5 or more cards in your hand, this character gains +1 cost, making it a 7. That's primarily there in this deck just for defensive purposes. If anything, resting is 6 costs or lower, bouncing back is 6 costs or lower, this will just be a 5. So on play, trash 1 card from your hand. You can redraw it afterwards. Up to one of your opponent's characters cannot attack till the end of your opponent's turn. This is good because the opponent doesn't matter if it's active, if it's rested. It doesn't have a cost limit. It's just any character cannot attack. If you play it on curve, it's a little bit of less, I would say, value than I would say playing it more late game when your opponent has more opportunities to have really more dangerous late game cards. But it's still nice to have in the deck. It's a cool searching card, running 3 of these. Next is Jozu from OP08 671. On play, bounce back one of your characters other than this card to your hand. Then you can bounce back up to one of their 6 characters back to their hand. So this is good. It's not Navy, it's not searchable, but once again, you are sifting a lot. You're going to find it. The best characters to bounce back are these puddings. And if you ended up throwing these Sengokus or these Tashigis, these are good. And then the main art, if you ended up putting a blocker but not using it, you can bounce that back. But this is really good for tempo, bounce back some really annoying cards that your opponent has, and etc. 3 of these. Next off, it's going to be Gum Gum Red Rock, running 2 of these in the deck from OP04. This one costs 6. Activate this during your main. You bottom deck any one of your opponent's characters. Really good. This game, this leader usually will go late game because your whole game plan is just swarming the board, sifting. And if you end up seeing some of their huge big monster types, just drop them to the bottom. Really nice. The trigger here is bottom deck a 4 or less. Nice. If that goes off pretty early, that's good too. Next is going to be 3 of these Sakazukis from OP12. This is a Navy card. 780. On play, if your leader is Navy, draw 2 cards. So you usually will not be playing this in a deck that doesn't really use Navy. Then activate this once per turn. You can trash 1 card from your hand. You got to get it back with your leader. Give 1 Restodon to your leader or one of your characters. This is a great card. First of all, you primarily aren't going to be playing it on curve. A lot of other stuff to do. You want to usually play it with the Garp 8 cost that summons this. But basically, every single turn, you are able to you are able to draw, trash sift, give 1 Restodon to get that just little bit of extra punch power, which is really good. Running 3 of these. Now, this is another tech card I'm starting to use in the deck, and I found out that I'm playing this a lot more than like Sakazuki on the turn that it comes out because it really works a lot. So Borsalino from OP05 is a Navy card, 780. On play, bottom deck a 4 cost to the owner's deck. You have a lot of ways to remove things and be annoying to your opponent. You have bottom decking here. You have ways to add more punch power. Bottom decking here, bouncing back to their hand, freezing it, bouncing it back if you need to, bouncing it back if you need to. This deck is annoying, and you want to go late game. And as you are disrupting their board, you're attacking a decent amount to their face, just 5k straight out. You're fixing up your hand. But I found that this character works pretty well in the deck, and you have a lot of breaks. So you have 3 of these, 3 of the Sakazukis, you have 3 of those Kuzans. It's okay. This deck is all about removing the bricks. I keep reiterating it because that's the biggest strength of this deck. All right, time for Gravity Blade Rage and Tiger. We're only running 1 of these in the deck. So from OP06. This one costs 7. Activate main. Place up to 2 6-cost characters on the bottom of the deck, so even more removal. This is a Navy card, so remember, this is searchable by your Sengoku. It's searchable by your Tashigi. The trigger here is you bottom deck a 5, so that's the last of your 7 triggers that you have in the deck. Last, we have Garp. This is from OP12, 880. On play, trash 1 other card from your hand that you get back. Play up to 1 blue Navy character with 8,000 power or less than this from your hand. So the best ones to play are these Borsalinos if you need to remove something at that time. Then it's going to be Sakazuki if you need to, draw more cards, trash 1, etc. Get more stuff. And then you can also play these Kuzans to, trash a card, grab it back, and stop an opponent. So those are the 9 cards that are the best ones to play with this Garp. Obviously, you can play any other one of your Navy cards, but by this time, you're going to have a lot of really good stuff. And the trashing 1 card from your hand. you know, throughout the whole game, you're gonna get more stuff. You don't really need more than 1 or 2 Kuzans at the end of the game. You trash the rest, and then especially these Cavendishes, they're just trash, but they're really good early if you get them. But late game, it's just one of the best cards to pitch and get more stuff. So that is the deck, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, you can see the previous deck that I had before. I made a video on it, and of course it's on the website. It's pretty much almost the same here with a little bit of tweaks, the addition of the Borsalino. I just really like the way that this leader pilots. I think it's a pretty nice leader to play with, and towards late game, you know, unless your opponent can really rush you down, you're gonna have a lot of 2Ks. So as long as you have like 1 extra life and all of your 2Ks, your opponent's gonna think twice on whether or not they want to go for game or not. And you have a lot of stupid stuff on the board with that garb. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure the website, and of course please like and sub for daily videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.